Hello everyone and welcome to our first World of Tanks tank review on our channel. Now today we are looking at the Diamondback MK1. It was recently released as part of the Overlord op in honor of D-Day. It's just an XP op to complete with I believe 7 stages, a little bit over 300,000 XP in total. Now to look at the gun first, this tank carries around a 55 pounder. With a standard alpha of 330 HP and 224 millimeters of penetration. It has a base reloading time of 6.8 seconds and a base aiming time of 1.9 seconds. Now the elevation and gun depression is quite decent. It has 20 degrees of gun elevation, 10 degrees of gun depression, giving you a 30 degree range of view. Side to side, it is 20 degrees both ways, giving you 40 degrees range of view. And it has an aiming dispersion of 0.36 meters at a range of 100 meters. Now let's look at the armor here. We are going to use the console turtle as it is a reskin. Or more, the Diamondback is a reskin on console. And as you can see, it's decent armor almost all the way around. Its thickest armor on the front is this upper plate. It has 254 meters of armor up top. Most of this other plate here is about 152 meters, enabling you to bounce most shells considering how well rounded it is. It's very well angled. The gun mantlet, pretty thick. You're also looking at about 266 meters of armor here. These right here, just to note real quick, it is thinly armored, but this is not a place you're going to get any damage from looking at it head on. It's very well rounded, spaced armor. From the side, however, it is a decent penetrable spot. Looking at weak spots on the front, however, you do have this little cupola here. It is very slim, but it definitely is a weak spot. You also have the lower plate, of course. Those are your two main spots on front. Other than that, the side armor is really flat. Once you get behind this tank, you are going to have a heyday. It's very easy to pen from the back. And then now let's talk about the weaknesses along with the back armor. So that's going to be its speed. Now the Diamondback weighs 66 tons, has about 700 horsepower, giving it a 11.67 horsepower per ton ratio. This allows it to reach its top speed decently quick. Its top speed is 20 kilometers per hour going forward and 10 kilometers per hour going backwards. So yeah, you're usually going to hit your top speed, but unfortunately your top speed is very slow. On large maps, you're going to find yourself chasing the battle quite often, just trying to reach the combat. Which is unfortunate, but if you're in a city map, if you're in smaller maps especially, this is a really great tank. If you can find a place to go hold down, you're going to bounce quite a few shells. In terms of speed also, its traverse speed is only 23 degrees per second. This tank is extremely easy to circle. Once a light tank, medium tank gets behind this tank, as I said earlier, they're going to have a heyday. You will not be able to rotate in time to catch up and shoot them. Alright, let's hop into some gameplay and see what this tank can do in action. In our first game here, we luck out and get Pilsen. This is a pretty small map, a good amount of cover, basically allowing a pretty slow, well-armored tank to do pretty well. We don't have to do a ton of chasing in this battle, but of course this tank only goes 20 kilometers per hour, so there are some points where we get behind all of the confrontations happening. We are top tier in this game. Now as you see here, right when we start to speed up, we do basically immediately hit our top speed. So although the armor keeps it from going very quickly, it doesn't have enough horsepower to allow it to reach 20 kilometers per hour within 1 or 2 seconds of leaving. Right here we will demonstrate the turning power. So as you can see, turning while driving, very slow, turns like a boat. We'll demonstrate the rotation speed right here. As you can see, this 23 degrees per second will allow almost every tank to circle you if they get behind you. So be cautious of that weakness of the tank. As you can see, aiming dispersion is pretty quick. From 280 meters, it felt like it only took about a second for it to fully aim in. So pretty good time here. Now here we're going to peek at this HMH Chrysler. You'll see that we are able to bounce every single shot that he takes at us from here. He is hull down and is able to do the same from his position. There he is. So we each bounce a shot here. Looks like he went for somewhere on the upper plate. And to note right here, while we're in this battle, once we zoom out again, as you can see, the cupola on top is very small. I've had people pen me here before, but it really isn't that much known of a weak spot. But it certainly is penetrable, so if you can hide it in an encounter, you should definitely do so. Skilled players will definitely know about it. Bounce another shell. This time pretty close to our side. Now here it looks like the Chrysler is ducking out to join the battle at their base here, allowing us to move up and attack the Trinity. Note our little tier 6 friend here just waiting. Not sure what his strategy is. So we will head up to the Trinity with our tier 6 friend in tow. HMH is gone. And as you can see, again, this the amount of turning the turret has, the 20 degrees on each side, does allow it to have a decent amount of movement. You can see here peeking around this corner, you really can see quite a bit. I do show them most of the front of my tank, but I'm mostly able to keep my cupola out of their range of view for the most part. And I do not show them any of my side. It's a decent position here. Of course, if there is a tank on your right side, they have a great shot, so always be cautious when making moves like that. Here we try to go around. Start to get circled here, so we turn back around. Our tier 6 friend is trying to help out. Blocking our shots here for the most part. We will try to get out of here before the Trinity finishes circling us on the other side. We dodge his first shot. T20 uses our friend for cover for a minute, but we are able to get him. We will now turn our attention back to the Trinity. Finish him off here. You can see reloading time is pretty decent. Again, traverse speed, that's just to show you how quickly we can be circled. If he would not have been finished, he would be behind us and have us trapped by now. Now, as you can see here, our team has a great advantage going in. We have a decent tank lead going into this encounter, but our traveling speed of 20 kilometers per hour does not allow us to move in and help in time. By the time we arrive, it is just us, another tank destroyer, and the artillery. The other tank destroyer is destroyed, leaving me alone against 2 of their heavy tanks and 1 of their tank destroyers. So even on a pretty small map like Pilsen, he just cannot keep up. So real quick, we'll just fast forward while we traverse until we reach the next position. Alright, at this point we have finally reached the battle. As you can see, they have devastated our team. Most of it by the HMH Chrysler, who does rack up 7 kills in this game. So at this point, the Chrysler is engaging our other tank destroyer. We will move and try to find the Black Prince somewhere in this building. There he is. Here we will once again display the fantastic turning speed of this tank. Up to this point, we have not taken any damage. We've blocked over 1,200. I think 900 of that coming from the Chrysler, who we will now face off. Here he tracks us. We miss our shot on him as he backs up out of the way. Here he decides to push us. We hit him in the track. Does not quite track him. Here we track him in return. He immediately repairs. I was not expecting him to still have a repair kit at this point in the game, so he is able to get behind me. But luckily I am able to push him up onto this gravel pile, turn around, and hit him right in the ammo rack. Pretty lucky shot right there. The RNG gods are smiling down on me in this game for some reason. Most likely he was carrying 2 repair kits and no fire extinguisher. Alright, we will wait here for a second and see if the artillery wants to come and help. They seem to like their corner a whole lot though. So we'll start to move forward a little bit, see if he changes his mind, play a bit of chicken here with the ISU. If they are very reluctant to stay in their corner, as you can see. We'll try to ping them here real quick, see if they are willing to come and help. They're finally moving a little bit. He does track us here, and artillery, I believe, stops again right here. Play a little bit more here. Looks like artillery is comfortable all the way in the back, so we will decide to push up here, see where he's at, hold down up here. Sighting, here we go. We both bounce our first shots. Here he angles into the wall, allowing us to push him in and finally clutch the game up. Finishing off that game, so as you can see, 2,540 damage blocked. 3,000 damage dealt, 4 kills. Bit of assisted damage. Oh, and I did forget to mention, it does have a, I think, 50% silver increase per game, which is a pretty decent amount. We get some fan mail from the Chrysler with 7 kills. Already a fantastic game. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull off. Here you can spot me confused with the new Xbox layout still. Was a lucky shot, I will give him that. I will give him that. At this point, we will move to a final replay that will show you the strengths and weaknesses of this tank very well. Alrighty folks, in this game we are on Hidden Village. I believe another top tier game here. You're on rough terrain, so we are not able to reach our top speed here. We are averaging about 17 to 18 kilometers per hour. Noting this, it takes us about a minute and a half, 2 minutes to reach the battle, so we will fast forward to that point for you guys. Finally reach the battle to find a tracked stockade. Looks like they are waiting on a reload as well, allowing us to peek in a couple shots, or maybe not. Looks like he tracks our friend there. He does finally back up out of the way. Here you can see the VK 45.02 attempting to side scrape. It does not appear they have mastered the concept yet. As he backs up right here, you can see he's still giving us a great angle, a very flat plate to shoot. He will peek first again right here. He does dodge that one, tries to give a better angle. Still a pretty flat plate though, allowing us to penetrate our shot here. At this point he decides that side scraping is not working out for him, so he ducks down into the other battle below us. We will peek below and see if we can find another shot on the VK here, along with the P43. We do get a bit confused here with what they are hiding behind. It appears to be an oddly shaped rock they keep peering out of. We can't figure it out in the tree cover. Instead, we will choose to take a shot at the P43. Unfortunately, we are reloading as the SC-130 PM comes by. We do not have a chance to take a shot at him. Mounts another shot off the turret of the VK. You look for the P43, I am not sure that shot went. Appeared he was in our sights, and we will peek, and there he is. Alright, and at this point I believe we land one more shot on this stockade, and other than that we are too slow to reach any of the remaining battles occurring here. Here we are looking. We do try to peek at the Dreadnought here, but he just does not give us a good shot on him. We try to look around here. Just no shot behind the cover. When we do shoot, it looks like it bounces off his turret. At this point we will look for the stockade. Finally showing us a shot here. We bounce the first one. He has a couple more in his clip, so he peeks out again. We bounce another shot. Alright, at this point we do not accomplish any more damage in this game. But again, I think this game really shows you the goods and bads of this tank. As you can see, it has really good DPM, it reloads really quick, good aim dispersion. You're going to hit a lot of your shots in this tank. Again, as you can see here, I'm trying to catch up to any of the remaining little battles happening here, but I'm just not able to reach any of them. And everyone else finishes them off. And another benefit you see is the armor. I did not take any damage in this game. Every shot taken at me was blocked by the armor. So again, this game really just shows the benefits and disadvantages of this tank. If you're able to get along with slow tanks and are okay with not always racking up, 3K, 4K damage in a game if you're on a bigger map, then this could be a tank for you. You can pull off a lot of game-winning scenarios where you're just able to absorb the shells of the enemy team. However, with that last replay, as you saw, the remaining team swept the floor with the remaining members of our team leaving just us to finish off that game. We were not in any position to help them out in time. We'll take a look at the post-game stats here. So 81,000 silver earned, 12,000 XP. I believe I accidentally equipped a ×5 op for this, but still a decent amount. So yeah, noting all this, would I get this tank? With the XP up, I definitely think it's a tank that is worth getting. It's not a bad tank. You can block a lot of shells. For the price of 11,000 gold though, I probably would not purchase the tank myself. I just think there's other well-armored tank destroyers out there. There's the entire 8T series that this tank plays pretty similarly to. As an earnable tank, it's a decent earn. It's a good to have in your garage, but I probably would not purchase it. Now again, as you see this tank in your games, remember its weak spots. You have the little cupola on top, the lower plate below, and its traverse speed is horrendous, allowing it to be easily circled. As it stands now, I think this is a decently balanced tank. Perhaps in the future the cupola perhaps could become a better weak spot. Just in this game, this is a really annoying tank to face if you do not have a shot at the lower plate and the cupola is small enough. I don't know, leave your thoughts below in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment any of your views on the tank, and we hope to see you in our channel in the future. Thanks for watching.